All right, thanks again for joining me here on 3-Minute Knives, where we go over the ins and outs of a particular knife in 3 minutes or less. Today I'm talking about the Microtech Stitch Ramlock. Let's go over the specs real quick. Overall, 8.5 inches, 3.75 inch blade length, but you only have a 3-inch cutting edge because of this giant choil right here, which, that's part of the design. It's a Borka design, and it looks really cool. 1.5 inches wide this way, 0.199 inches thick. Now this is Bowler M390, but this is M390 MK, which is a Microtech exclusive M390. It's supposed to have better edge retention over the standard M390. Whether it does or not, I don't know. I haven't tested that myself, but I'm sure there's some videos out there about that. It's a Warncliffe style, flat grind, plain edge. They also have a serrated edge, and this one is a stonewash finish. Beautiful stonewash finish. 5-inch handle length. I have extra large hands, and this handle fits nicely, and then you can also choke up on it. 0.62 inches thick. G10 handles for the stitch. This is a fluted, I think they call this a fluted G10. They also have a frag pattern G10. Comes in black, tan, green. I'm sure there'll be some extra scale colors eventually. 5.8 ounces, right hand, left hand tip up. I may go over my 3-minute time limit just because I want to talk a little bit about the Ramlock, which is their kind of axis lock version. Benchmade has the axis lock, which is a similar. You pull back on it. They use a Omega spring is what they call it in there. The Microtech is a more similar to the Spyderco Manix, the style of lock in here. I'm not going to get into the lock too much detail. There's videos about that also, but works great. Locks up nice and solid, extremely solid. I mean, there's no play in that at all. Great knife, fits the hand nicely. One pocket clip I hate, because it just, you feel it so much. I don't know why, when you're getting into $300 for a knife, why don't they? I know everybody likes a deep carry pocket clip, but I would prefer a nice sculpted titanium, just kind of a flat clip going here, maybe with a little ball end on here. Just something that you don't feel, because as high as this sits up, you feel every bit of that, and then that right there, you really feel it. One thing I really wanted to talk about with this, if you have small hands, this probably wouldn't be an issue, but I have wider hands, so when you're disengaging it, for me anyway, the end of it kind of sits right there. So when you disengage it, that blade falls, and you got to be real careful. If you have wider, maybe kind of meatier hands, that blade, you can see right there, and it got me right there, because that's right where that comes in. And I wasn't doing anything unusual. I was just holding it, and I guess I was kind of squeezing it a little too hard, and that blade kind of came down and sliced me right there. So that's one thing you really need to be wary of, because a lot of people will get these and they want to fidget with them. I don't want to have to think about whether I'm going to get cut when I'm fidgeting with a knife. And this one, ever since that happened, I think about it every time I close it. Not that it happens every time, but it did that one time. So now I think about it. So anyway, just be wary of that. Other than that, it's a great knife, very solid. The Microtech Stitch Ramlock. Great hardware all the way around. A very solid knife if that's what you're looking for. I don't see any issue with the actual Ramlock failing. There's a lot of videos out there about it failing. I did the spine whack test on this. Nothing at all. Rock solid. So anyway, there you go. Microtech Stitch Ramlock. Great knife. There you go.